Hi there. This is a 5-minute Feldy that goes along with hooking the big toe. So begin in sitting and just take your foot in whatever way you can. You can hook your big toe with your index finger, or you can take the side of your foot, or you can take your ankle. And if you can't do that, you can take your knee or just the back of your knee. So the whole idea is to somehow or another get this connection between your shoulders and your pelvis. So in whatever way you want to take your foot, do that. The right foot with the right hand, and then just begin the movement of lifting your foot a little bit. And just start to notice how you do that. So when you're lifting your foot, what else has to respond to allow you to lift your foot? You can feel your hip joint moving, but notice what's happening in your back and in your front. Maybe your face is you're having to fold a little bit. You can take your other hand and put it behind you for some support. And just play with bringing your foot up in the air and notice what else has to happen. So we're playing with this connection between the shoulder and the pelvis. So once you've lifted and lowered your foot and found your range of motion there, take your foot a little bit left and right, just a little bit, and let your back respond, let your head respond, let your whole body respond to this. All these connections come together to allow us to move through space. And then take your foot in circles and change directions, and just play with this movement and feel how when you're taking your foot in circles that your knee is going in a circle and your hip is going in a circle, and very probably your head is going in a circle and your shoulders. So everything is responding to this movement. And then rest. And this can be kind of tiring for the hip joint. So if you've had a hip replacement or anything, take this very cautiously. Do very tiny movements. The nervous system can't tell the difference. In fact, it kind of likes the smaller movements better. So keep it very small, keep it very gentle and very slow. And just take your attention to the movement. That's what's important, is the attention, not the movement itself. So do the same thing with the other foot, just lifting and lowering it and getting a sense of the range of your hip joint. And then take it left and right and in circles, and just play with your foot like you're a 6-month-old baby. You can lean back on your other hand and just notice how you might want to respond in your back by leaning back a little bit. You can get your leg up a little higher. And so just let your foot go in all directions, just exploring this range of movement in your hip. And then once your hip starts to get tired, stop and rest on your back. And just let yourself rest and just feel your hip joints. Let them rest. And then when you're ready, bring your feet up to standing. And now take your right foot with your right hand again, and lift and lower your foot. And again, you're playing with this hip joint. But now, the back and the front can't move. They can't respond to this movement. So your body is going to have to find some other connections when you're moving your foot and your hip joint and making that connection between your hip and your shoulders. But there are other ways that your body can respond. You can respond by rolling. You take yourself a little bit left and right. You take it in circles. And that impulse does move up the spine, at least to the head, even if you're not folding. So just do that for a little while and just get a sense of this hip joint and this connection between the shoulder and the hip. And then let that go, rest for a moment. And then when you're ready, do the other side. So just take your foot up and down, left and right. You can just let yourself roll. Release your neck so your head responds to the movement. You can open your mouth a little bit so that your jaw doesn't get really tight and tense. You just do this for a while. Now you're doing this without the help of the back and the stomach. So when you're tired of that, you can stop, rest for a moment, and then come back up to sitting. And try it again now. See if it's gotten any easier. And some of the variations that you can do with this movement, besides doing the left hand with the left foot and the right hand with the right foot, would be to take the left foot with the right hand and go through the whole process again, but now you're doing the opposite. And just notice how it might be different. You can do each side of those, and then do the same movement on your back. And that's a very good way to start playing with the limitations of your hip joints, but you're allowing your body, your back and your front, to start to help you. This is really good for hip flexors. So if you have any issues walking, this movement is going to be very, very good for you. So have a great day today.